Another school district in Nevada is rolling out signal blocking pouches for students' cell phones. We first told you last month about CCSD pilot program at 10% of schools here in the Valley with plans to require non-locking signal blocking pouches that will be used by all students in 6th through 12th grade starting next school year. We learned today Pinecrest Academy in northern Nevada is also using the pouches to help limit distractions while in class. Every morning, middle school students have to put their phones and smartwatches in the pouches where they stay locked for the rest of the day.
Certainly in the last 5 to 10 years, the prevalence of smartphones and students having limited access to phones in the classroom has definitely posed a risk, not just for limited engagement in the classroom, but also just the mental distraction and students not really being present in the moment and engaged in learning.
I think we're definitely focusing more because when kids were on their phones, it was such a distraction.
Now, once the phones are in the pouches, students do keep them in their backpacks until they go to the unlocking stations at the end of the day.